Good morning guys, and welcome to the video. Today's video is going to be focused around a little bit more nutrition and food and just some of the things that I eat. Also, I'm going to go to a gym today that is very old school. Seen my friends yesterday before we went through to Ubud, and there was a group of them. It was just good to catch up and we were chatting. And one of the guys says, "Oh, you should try out that gym there that's on our little apartment." And I was like, "Yeah, cool." And he was like, "Oh yeah, it's like terrible. There's like all the stuff's really old and you know, it's like rusty." And I was like, "What?" So I went over to check it out, and this thing had like so like run down. Like there was just like little, like the dumbbells were all like kind of brown and rusty, and there was like a lat pull down machine that was so like creaky and all that looking. There's like a Smith machine that looked like it's not been used in about 30 years, and I loved it. I was like, I'm gonna come here and train, because it just looks so old school and so badass. That's what I'm gonna do today. I'm going to go and make some food now. Usually whenever I have a weight training day, I'll eat a good meal before I actually go and train as pre-workout, especially in a bodybuilding workout. But when it's running, if I'm running first thing in the morning, then I usually try and stay fasted and only have some liquids like my creatine and some electrolytes, and maybe sometimes I'll have a little carb profile like with cyclodextrin or anything like that in it, but I try to keep things really low whenever I'm doing a run. Today's not a running day. Today we're going to be lifting weights in a very old school run, beat down place, and I'm so excited. So I've got a full upper body day today, and we're going to get stuck in, and along the way I'll be showing you the different foods that I'm eating and what I'm doing to basically keep the shape that I've got right now, and of course produce and get as much fuel and energy out of that as possible. So yeah, hope you enjoy the video, and let's get stuck in. If it sticks to the roof of your mouth, it's perfect. Look at that. Alright, we've just cooked up our first meal of the day, which is going to be our pre-workout meal. Whenever I'm not like cutting or anything like that, or trying to like worry about weight, I like to use whole milk or raw milk preferably. And it's only in times whenever I start to, you know, maybe be more conscious about, like maybe try to drop body fat, that I'd probably replace that and pick a lighter option. I've not had like oats like consistently in a long time, but there was a time back when I was bodybuilding where oats were like my thing, and I like mastered the texture, the consistency, and used to have people messaging me like, "How do you eat that?" because you could never really get it bang on. And even after all these years, I still managed to find like the right texture, which is just perfect. Like this is like a cake. I could like slice into this and you'd see all the layers and all that. 83 carbs, 31 grams of fat, and we've got 44 grams of protein that's going in, because I'm going to need a little bit higher carbs for when I'm training, because we have got a good upper body session to hit today. I'm going to finish this off, and then I'm going to start getting ready and head to the gym. Honestly, let's just appreciate one more time how amazing it is to have little old school places like this. It's just sitting in the background, you know, getting any love, but I think we showed it some love today. Honestly, what a session. Class. Whew. Look at that for a backdrop. That's what you want to see. Oh yeah, absolutely love my life. Making the choices to do these things when there was times when I feel like something like this was so far away. It's just, sometimes I need to remind myself like how hard I've worked to actually get to this point, and how much I had to isolate myself away from some of the temptations that would necessarily have stopped me or stalled me from being able to have made more progress. And I guess it's just great to be able to see myself now, but to also know where I was at when this was so far away. Anything's possible. Oh. Could do that. Okay, meal number 2 is going to be post-workout. I'm going to prep the rice now, and then I'm going to go and shower. So I thought I'd get this done, so by the time this is cooking, I'll be fresh and ready to go. That's the plan anyway. We're about to experience a rather rare occasion. For people that know me, they'll sometimes joke and say that, you know, I'm not a big sweet fan, which I'm not, because I'm quite savoury orientated. However, it's Easter today. I don't really like chocolate eggs or anything like that, and there's none of that here in Bali. There is this that I saw when I was out on my adventures today. Now, I did eat, there's PK looking for some more. I did eat some chicken just before having this, which I'll show you now. And that was just to get my protein in, because I always like to try and make sure I get a good balance of carbs, fats and proteins in all my foods. So, with that being said now, protein has been ticked. So now we need to catch up on the carbs and maybe some fats. Now this is the part where I would usually say, you know, make sure you manage everything and, you know, track the calories, of course, which you should, but this is one of the reasons why we do track calories, is because we can then know if we want to allow ourselves to have a treat or if maybe we shouldn't. So that's why it's always good to make sure that you keep a good check of everything and know when you should do that. Even more so if your goals are to, say, lose weight or anything like that, just like I've spoken about already, then of course this is different. But if that's not the case and you're just straight looking for performance, or just want to enjoy some tasty treats because you've hit all your goals that week, then by all means you absolutely go for it. The blueberry, cinnamon and I believe raspberry, and of course we had to get the lotus or the biscoff. So that's what's going to happen right now. I'm going to have one of these and then I'm going to save the other one for tomorrow for like either a pre-workout or a post-workout treat to go with what I'm already eating. This is one of the many reasons why we always train and work hard, so we can enjoy such things like this, and it goes to all the right places. Here we go. Perfect. I've definitely chosen correctly. Not too sweet, but just right. This is definitely going to be something that I return and get, because that is absolutely wonderful. I'm going in again. Who am I kidding? Let's get one more. I don't want it to break. Come on. Oh dear. This is so messy, but it's good. Okay, let's get some of that in there. Let's build the sandwich. full day of eating. It's 5:30. We still have another meal to go. But that was absolutely incredible. Alright, what's going on, guys? We have just been working really hard. I was doing some client check-ins there, which is usually on a Monday when everybody's checking in back home. I'm 7 hours ahead, so when they're waking up, I'm just trying to get back into, of course, the kind of work schedule of what they're all doing. And honestly, like, I absolutely love check-in day. Check-in day is just an opportunity to basically break everything down from progress that's been made that week. And I just love when people put their absolute all into this, because the more they are putting in, the more that I just want to keep on giving back. And that makes me so happy. Honestly, like, so happy. I just want to keep giving back to the world and people that want to support and strengthen each other's armour every single day, and just always be there rooting for each other and cheering for each other. And that's it. Yeah. Man. Oh, I feel so like, oh, so grateful. it's brilliant. But it is late now. I am currently, I've not mentioned any calories now, but I've currently got about 800 calories to eat still, which leaves me with a fair bit of protein to eat, a little bit of fat, and then that'll be me. So my carbs have basically been smashed today because of course we enjoyed ourselves a nice little Cinnabon. So I'm not going to have any carbs, but what I do have is protein and fat. So I think I'm going to go and have some eggs, some veggies, and that to go with that as well. So we'll go make that now, and then once we've eaten, we'll dive straight back into check-ins again. We're going to make a 5-egg omelette, and then we're going to do some greens in there. We're going to do, of course, some of the oyster mushrooms. We've got some garlic, and I'm going to use some of this real Greek, which is supposed to be for a beef and tomato stew, but there's no beef and there's no tomato. And then we're going to add, of course, some of that Indonesian sea salt. Let's get these in. So, sections. We'll go 1, and we'll do 2. And now we're going to fry this up before we put the eggs in. Nice. Right, time for the glorious mushrooms now. Oh, look at that. What size is this? It's really cool being in like a wee place like this, because some of your options in that are quite limited, especially if you're like travelling about and you're doing what you need to do. So it's quite nice when you can have like limited things, but you can still make like really good nutritious food, which is awesome, because it's very easy to eat out here all the time. And even though I have been doing that for other days, like I'll always go back to what I know works, so that way my body is always getting what it needs, and lo and behold, you all feel so much better for it. So I'm going to let that fry off now, and then we're going to get into some eggs. We'll flip it, a little hot. We're going to add some cheese. Oh, Piggy! Nice. There we go. We're going to just let it. Oh, aye. That's what's happening. Let's get this food. Last meal of the day. And here's Piggy. Hello. Look at you. You eat too. She's a good girl. She's a good girl. Right, guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope it's been fun. I hope it's been educational and informative with nutrition. Honestly, what a great day. Absolutely love this. I'm gonna eat and then get stuck back into work again and go and see how the rest of these incredible clients of mine are getting on. Get sharp.